Hello, so today we are going to do this problem called Roman to integer. It's part of August daily challenge. So the problem says we get Roman numerals represented by these symbols. And here we have the mapping for each symbol to a value. For example, 2 is written as this Roman numeral. And if you have 1, 2, it's just going to be 10 plus 2. So 10, if you take a look, it's x, and then 2 is just 1 2 times, right? 27, 10 2 times to get 20, 5, and then 2, right? So that's the idea here. Now the tricky part is that there are, usually it's adding, there is a couple of cases where it's subtracting, right? And so that's only when the first one is smaller than the second one, right? So in most of the cases here, like here, the bigger one is in front, but sometimes when the smaller one is in front, then we need to subtract. So for example, a can be replaced before this numeral. This numeral is 5, this is 1, and so and it can be placed also in front of 10. So if it's placed in front of 5, then that means the value is 1. So we need to subtract 5 from 1 from 5. So basically what this means is that for this one here, this is actually 5, and this one is 1. That means we need to subtract, right? But if you had something like this, so we need to add, and that will become 6. Right? So that's the idea essentially, and these are just the other examples where we need to subtract. And so let's take a look at some examples here. So we have 3 here, 1 plus 1 plus 1. Here we have, if you take a look, L is 50 plus this one is, let's see, what's that one? That one is 5, so 50 plus 5 plus 3, so that's 58. So you get the idea, that's pretty much it. So it should be pretty straightforward. So the first thing we need to do is just create a map from the Roman numeral to the value that it corresponds to. So for that, I'm just going to create this map here that just has that. So just direct copy of the problem. We need the length of the string. Maybe not, we don't actually need the length of the string, but we need the total value that we want to return at the end, right? And now we can just go through with our string here. We are going to enumerate because we need to check one thing here. So basically what's going to happen is that if the previous element, so if we have, let's say, this here, right? So the previous is smaller, right? This is 1, this is 5, so that means we need to do 5 minus 1, right? So plus 5 minus 1. And if we have something like this, then we can just do plus 5 and then do plus 1, right? So the idea here is that when you encounter an element and it's smaller than the next one, we need to subtract. So we do minus 1. And then when we encounter a one that is bigger than the next one, so let's say we have here another 5, then we need to add the element, right? So that's pretty much the main idea here. So here we need to do that. So check if the number at position I, so actually here we can just do range of n, length of n. This is going to be length of s. So if this is smaller, right, then the next one, that means we need to subtract, right? Like we had here with this minus 1. 5 minus 1 is just minus 1 plus 5, right? So here we need to just remove, subtract s of I. Otherwise, we just add, right? Otherwise, the element is bigger, so we are in a case like this, and we can add. And so to do that, we can just take this and then add it. This is going to be total plus. Now, the only thing is that I plus 1 may fail if I is equal to n minus 1, if we are at the last element, because there is nothing to check next. So we just need to guard that. And that pretty much should be it. That's pretty much our solution here. So let's run it. Let's submit. Okay, so that passes test cases. Now one thing in terms of time complexity, we are doing one loop, so that's O(n). In terms of space, we are using constant space. This is like maybe of constant space, right? It's a handful of values. And so pretty much of one space as well. Of one space here. So this is time and this is space. And it passes test cases. Yeah, so that's pretty much it about this problem. It's a very easy problem. Please like and subscribe, and see you on the next one. Bye.